Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode 27 of my Red Sox franchise here on MLB 14, the show. And there you just saw Mookie Betts going down for 4 to 5 weeks with a strained pectoral muscle. So we are going to be without him for a little while. We recalled Jackie Bradley Jr. from AAA. He's back up. He'll be the everyday center fielder for now. We could have a couple other options there. I think Cespedes could probably do fine in center field, and we could play Nava against righties and maybe Slike against lefties or something and keep Bradley off the bench. It's an option. Either way, we definitely have some versatility with some of our outfielders. But for now, we're going to give Bradley the everyday reins. Bradley doesn't carry a lot of values. That's why I'm sort of holding on to him. Just as a defensive player and still as a young player who could develop a little bit, I think he's got more value to us if we hold on to him than if we try to trade him away. Like I said, he just doesn't have a lot of value on the trade market. So anyway, we're going up against Tony Cingrani and the Kansas City Royals here. This is an ALDS rematch from last year. If you remember, we did beat this team in 4 games before losing to the Tigers in 5 games in the ALCS. But Garen Cicchini leading off here for the Red Sox. We usually only lead him off against right-handed pitching, but with Betts out, we're going to lead him off full-time now and hit Bradley 9th. But there is a 5-4-3 double play to end off the inning, so it was a quick top of the first for the Kansas City Royals. You can take a look at their lineup here. You'll notice one name batting 7th, playing center field, Jock Peterson. So Peterson combined with Cingrani, and it looks like Dayton Moore, the Kansas City Royals, has done a pretty good job of sort of rebuilding that farm system a little bit. Obviously, it was one of the top farm systems for a while, before guys like Mike Moustakas, Eric Osmer, Jake Odorizzi, Mike Montgomery, Will Myers, all those guys sort of aged a little bit and are now, most of them are MLB players. I think Montgomery sort of flopped a little bit in the minor leagues, but yeah, he sort of, Moore's done a good job of retooling that farm system with guys like Cingrani and Peterson, and not even necessarily the farm system, but just infusing that team with more young talent. Center field is a spot that has not really been, or has been a bit of a revolving door for a couple years now for the Royals with Lorenzo Cain and Jared Dyson. But anyway, we're here in the bottom of the second inning now. This is Jock Peterson up, actually, 0-2 count. He swings and misses. Swihart actually gets up slowly and does not throw Peterson at first, so it's going to be first and second. 2 away, though, for the next batter. It will be Mike Moustakas, 0-1 count to Mike, and he's going to ground this one to Bogaerts at short, who will flip it to Pedroia, and they'll be the third out of the inning. So we're through 2 here. Still scoreless from Kansas City. Hamels and Cingrani doing both pitching pretty well so far. There is a sweet location right there from Cingrani on 3-2, striking out Scott Van Slyke, who, by the way, is getting the start at DH today over Mike Napoli. And then here's Jackie Bradley Jr. swinging and missing at that changeup down and away. Throw it down to the lane. Bradley's never going to hit it. Well, really, he's never going to hit it no matter where you throw it. Anyway, and then Alan Craig again going down and looking on that outside fastball. Cingrani, great location so far. So bottom of the 4th inning, first pitch of the inning to Billy Butler. And Butler's going to line this one down the left field line for a base hit. This will be played by Cespedes. Butler, no chance of getting to second there, but it's a leadoff single for Billy Butler, the DH for this team. With the middle of the order coming up, Eric Osmer now 1-1 the count. Butler going on the play. It's a hit and run. Craig fields it. He'll flip onto first. Good play by Hamels to cover. But Butler advances over to second, so now it'll be a man in scoring position with just 1 out. But 2 batters later now, 2 outs for Alex Gordon up the 0-2 count. And a beautiful front door cutter right there. Gets Gordon looking, absolutely froze him. Tries to argue that with the ump, but to no avail. And we are through 4 now, still scoreless. Another pitcher's duel, just like the last episode. But Yoenis Cespedes gets a hold of this one, driving into the left center field gap. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Cespedes, plenty of speed to get the second there, standing up. And we have a leadoff double here to get things going in the top of the 5th. Trying to finally get something off of Cingrani. We saw it with Dubron last time out. It took the second time through the order to finally get some hits and get some runs. Maybe we can try to do it again here. So Bogaerts strikes out. 2 batters later now, Jackie Bradley Jr. up the 1-0 count. And Bradley shoots that one the other way for a base hit. That'll get down. Gordon comes up firing. Cespedes coming home. Gordon with a cannon, but the throw is not in time. A beautiful throw right on the money. Perfect spot for Paris to make the tag, but Cespedes just a little too quick. So Bradley advances to second. Next batter, Swihart up, drives it to deep center field, but Peterson is there to make the catch, and that will retire the side and end the inning. But the Red Sox do strike first, and it's now 1-0. So here is Jock Peterson up, and Peterson for the second time today strikes out swinging, this time on a cutter, middle down, and a nice pitch right there from Cole Hamels. So Mike Moustakas up, 1 out now, the first pitch of the Moustakas AB. He's going to line this one to right field for a base hit. Craig plays it. He will fire it in, and that will be a 1-out single for the third baseman. So, man on first with just 1 out for the bottom of the order coming up. This is Arisbel Arubrena is up. I know I botched that name, but he's on the Dodgers in real life. Anyway, base hit into right field. Craig comes up throwing to third. And I know I probably should have Cespedes in right field and Craig in left, but a poor decision there because Arubrena is going to advance to second. So now second and third with one out. Narichi Aoki up, and he hits it back up the middle, past the glove of Bogaerts. Bradley coming up, firing the runner, coming home. The throw is not in time. So the poor throw by Craig leads to the second run coming home. Aoki gets up to second on the throw, and that's going to make it 2-1 Royals. Now 2 batters later, Billy Butler up, and Butler's going to hit this one to the shortstop. Bogaerts will field it, fire to first. Plenty of time to get the slow running Butler, but 2 runs come across and the Royals take a 2-1 lead. So bottom of the 6th now, 1-0 count to Salvador Perez with 1 out in the inning, and Perez flies one deep left field toward the corner. Goodbye, home run, Salvador Perez, an insurance run for the Royals. He extends their lead now. 3-1 is the score on the back of the solo home run from the all-star catcher Salvador Perez, just hooking that one fair to the shortest part of the park. But Perez, a lefty killer, getting the job done against Cole Hamels, one of the best lefties in the game. So a solo shot puts the Royals on top 3-1 now, and that is a big insurance run in a pitcher's duel. A two-run lead could seal this game. So we're through 6 now, 3-1 Royals on type. 8 hits for the Royals, only 3 for the Red Sox, so they're clearly outplaying them. Cingrani has been dominant so far, only 3 hits and an earned run, 6 strikeouts and no walks. 1-0 count here to Xander Bogaerts, who waits beautifully on that curveball, a pitch that Bogaerts really struggles with in real life, but saw it there, waited on it, and drove it the other way for a double right there. So Bogaerts getting in scoring position, trying to get one of those runs back at least here in the top of the 7th inning, but 2 outs for Scott Van Slyke, 1-1 count. Van Slyke grounds it past the diving glove of the shortstop. Bogaerts will be held up at third with Alex Gordon, one of the best arms in baseball, especially out there in left field, and that will make it now first and third with 2 away, and in a surprise move, Cingrani is going to be pulled after allowing just his 5th hit of the ball game. That will do it. Manager not Ned Yost, that's some new manager, comes out and pulls his man Tony Cingrani, who will tip his cap to the crowd. And the manager will bring on Tim Collins, who has struggled this year in only 9 2/3 innings of work, but Collins, one of the best lefties in baseball, with a dominating curveball to come up and face what would have been Jackie Bradley Jr., but we're going to pinch hit here with Mike Napoli, who we had on the bench after getting the day off today. But 1-2 the count to Napoli, and he gets hit on the little ankle. I think he got hit in his ankle guard there on a curveball. Very reminiscent of Curtis Granderson getting hit a few years back when they were playing the Red Sox. But next batter, Swihart, and the rookie gets a little over anxious there, swings at the first pitch, gets under it. The second baseman Infante is there, and now will retire the side. So Collins works his way to the bases loaded jam, and we are through now 6.5, still 3-1 Kansas City. Here bottom of the 7th, 0-2 count to Aoki, in a beautiful spot for that cutter. Despite Hamels running into some trouble early on in this game, he has settled down, and he has gotten us through 7. 0-2 the count to Pedroia, though, in the top of the 8th, and Pedroia goes down swinging on that curveball. A beautiful pitch from Tim Collins. So now still in the top of the 8th inning, you will see Alan Craig up with 2 outs. This is Kelvin Herrera in now to get the righty out. This first batter of the game he is facing, and Craig lines it to right field, but the play will be made, and that will retire the side. Bottom of the 8th now, man on first for Alex Gordon, first pitch of the AB. He dribbles this one to first base. Craig steps on the bag, and we are through 8. That would do it for Hamels. He would be done after 8. So Greg Holland will come in. He has struggled this year as well, a 5.87 ERA, but still one of the best closers in baseball. So first batter of the inning is Giancarlo Stanton, and Stanton hits it back up the middle for a base. He got behind in the count 0-2, but recovered nicely to get that one back up the middle, and that will give us a leadoff base runner here and bring the tying run to the plate. So the next batter will be Yoenis Cespedes, the 0-1 count to Cespedes, and Cespedes flies one to center field, but Peterson will track this one down, camp under it, and make the play for the first out of the inning. Stanton, retreats to the bag at first. And we have a now 1 out, or we have 1 out in the 9th inning here for Xander Bogaerts, first pitch to the AB, and Bogaerts down the right field line, past the glove of Osmer. Stanton rounding first, he will head for, or rounding second, he'll head for third. Throw goes there, but it's not in time, and the tying run reaches base here in the bottom of the 9th inning. With Scott Van Slyke due up and the righty on the mound, we're going to pinch it with Daniel Nava now, a righty killer of sorts. So we're going to try and get at least one of these runs home now with Holland on the mound. 1-1 the count. Nava grounds this one to second. The flip to short for 1. On to first in time, and a 4-6-3 double play does it. And the Kansas City Royals escape with a 3-1 victory. A little bit of revenge here for last October, but obviously not enough to recoup what happened then. But either way, a 4-6-3 double play ends it, and the Royals take home a 3-1 victory. Cingrani gets the win, Hamels with the loss. Another pitcher's duel, second straight episode. where such a pitcher's duel has happened. So that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm out. Peace.